Oh.
Where is he? Behind the bushes? That was good hiding. Sugar, you have good hiding. The best hiding spot.
Welcome to Stepping Stones. How are all of you?
Why don't
It's Friday. It's summer. We're in nature. So I know all of you are well. At least, I hope all of you are well. As part of the Save Our service I engage in is going to different corporations and sharing with them the importance of EQ or emotional quotient. I've gotten to speak at corporations like Amazon and Intel and Capital One and so on. Now, when I speak in these corporations, there's a
Amma?
consistent
Amma?
support that they need, and that is what do they do about being so busy? Busy with work, busy with family, busy with work life balance, busy. And so for them, I facilitate a dynamics called minute to mind management. Minute to mind management. And the philosophy of this, the rationale of this, is that if we learn to manage our minutes, that will help us to learn to manage our mind. That's EQ, SQ, correct? Emotional quotient, spiritual quotient. And if you want to take this to a very experiential level, time flies when you're having fun. That shows that minutes really depend on the mind. If you're in a cranky mood, everything goes slow. When you're in a good mood, everything goes fast. When you're in the best mood, like when you're asleep, time goes by hours, feel like minutes. So now for all of us, we're about to start school. Maybe we've already started school. You're maybe going to shift to a different high school for those families. Maybe you have someone applying for college and so on. What do we do when there's so much to do? With school, with home, that balance. In minute to mind management, I want you to begin by getting a fresh sheet of paper and a pen. And then on the top of that sheet of paper with your pen, I want you to write the plus sign 168. Paper, pen, plus 168 at the top. What is significant about the number 168? I just like it, it's random. How many days a week do you live? 7. How many hours are there per day? 24. 7 times 24? 168. Whether you're in elementary school or high school, and definitely if you're in middle school, every week your plus or your supply is 168 hours. Clear? Now, I want you to start to reflect. What is reflecting? Thinking about myself and how I can be better. I want to take this step on this stone to go farther. I want to engage in this incremental insight to go deeper. Start to reflect on what are you doing with this supply? Take a typical week of your life, not a travel week, not a sick week, but a typical week of your life. And what are you doing with this supply? So as an example, I'll give you some of my own references. I would write minus, because it's a demand, 35. Why? 7 days a week, 5 hours a day, sleep. I sleep 35 hours a week. So 168 is my plus, minus 35. Another reference is, I would write minus, because it's a demand, 7. Around an hour a day. I'm using whole numbers. exercise. I like to jog, use an elliptical for an hour a day. So keep going through your week and finding out what is the demand on your supply. This is you learning more about your minutes so that you can learn more about your mind. Now this you can't just finish in this short communing of ours. After you have your supply set and your demand set, you should subtract the demand and you will get a subtotal. These are the number of hours remaining in the week. Then I want you to really
No, go boom, boom, boom.
reflect on your schedule,
Okay,
reflect on your management of minutes, and find out what has surprised you. What has surprised you about how much you commute, how much you socialize? What surprised you? Now, one tip I'm going to give in advance, because when we recommune next week, I'm going to go through minute to mind management in way more detail. But the tip I'm going to give you on how to make these surprises more productive is to unitask routine. Whatever you do routinely, like brushing your teeth, showering, putting your shoes on, making your bed, folding your clothes, commuting, all of that routine engagement, unitask. Your hands are there, bring your head there too, because what happens is you do that faster then. Because you're unitasking, it's more fun, and if it's more fun, you do it more quickly, so it's like you're saving time, so you feel less busy. Minute to mind management, I'm building up on this. Please try to do this every month. We're doing this for this portion of Stepping Stones, but every month you should engage in this analysis with you, with your family, with your friends. And this leads me to our raw, our reflection adventure of the previous week, the upcoming week. I want you to reflect on what is something you thought you couldn't do in life, but eventually you were able to do it. So what is that? And then what changed in you to be able to do it? How did you go from I can't do it to I am doing it? Some examples of this is riding a bike. You thought you couldn't do it, now you can ride a bike. What changed in you to be able to do that? For some of you, it could be traveling abroad. You thought it's too intimidating, too complex, but then you tried and you did. How were you able to do this? And please, please, please share this with me. Share this with our whole community on Padlet. Don't keep it to yourself. Vitamin R3 is reading, writing as well. Have a joyous weekend. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Be happiness.